Well, hello everyone. This is Chuck Grassley. I want to this is a joyous occasion for everyone. Thank you. What? No, hello, no. Let me speak. Okay, it's a joyous occasion for everyone. Thank you. And Brett Kavanaugh was here. And no, not Genghis Khan. No, we're not. No, no. Again, what? I with a. What do you want me to do to myself? No, that's not even humanly possible. Okay. Well, I got a corn cob from Iowa for you. Yeah. No, we're gonna continue. You're no point of order. You're not allowed to speak now. Let me speak. Um, this is a great occasion. On the heels of a horrible event with McCain. Um, ladies and gentlemen, we have a wonderful Brett Kavanaugh joyous occasion. What was that again? What you're trying? No. What? Global warming? This has nothing to do with. That's not Brett Kavanaugh's fault. Oh my God. Again, now we have clapping seals in the back. Oh no, the cackling. Can someone drown out these people with the white noise machine? Get the one Hillary used. No, again, there will be no profanity. Oh my Lord. What am I supposed to do now? You don't even have the votes and you asked for the nuclear option. So why don't you just stick it where the sun don't shine and leave me alone? Trying to get some kind of. Okay, this is really a problem. No. Nobody's flashing any signs, you insane weirdos. Okay, I gotta go. My head's spinning. Orrin Hatch, you take it from here, Orrin. Give them heck. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, my goodness. My goodness. And not only do you have this, then you have the Bob Woodward book. You might as well just go ahead and have a Democratic strategist come up with quotes like, oh, he's worried about an orange jumpsuit. No, that's Hillary's line. Okay, that's Hillary's line. You keep trying to say, don't use terms that we use for Hillary Clinton, like orange jumpsuit, things like that. They're like, well, maybe if we speak like H.A. Goodman and others, that will be believable. No. You know, these are quotes that are given to Woodward by people who hate Trump. So it's like, oh my God, they saved the country. Like we might have a 5% growth rate. They're trying to gaslight themselves right now also. They're like, this is how the Republican Party can be saved. Like, nah, yeah, I think they're doing okay with Trump, actually. Yeah, they're great economy. This is his second Supreme Court nomination. I think he's doing okay. They're not really in need of the Washington Post's advice. You should probably just go ahead and keep advice, keep the advice to yourself. But so you have this ridiculous banter. Well, you have an epic meltdown is what you have. And it's like you have this epic meltdown. Oh, Sean. Thank you. Sean. My buddy Sean found this is a Dear Hillary Clinton supporter. I don't care what you think of me. That's old school. So the quote that he was very kind, Sean was very kind to, this is the quote. This is great. Thank you, Sean, by the way. Thank you. To my super chat, thank you so very much. You give me every incentive to rock these live streams.
Trump is going to win. If Hillary Clinton is the nominee, Trump is going to win. If Hillary Clinton is the nominee, Trump is
so this is
the nominee.
So hold on. Let's see. When was this? So I was telling people that quote. Okay, so hold on. That was March 22nd, 2016. Oh, it was March 22nd, 2016. Thank you so much, Sean, for finding the actual segment. So so the actual segment is, I can actually go ahead. So this quote is right here. So I've been telling people that I was telling people Clinton was gonna lose forever. So on March 22nd, this was one of the times.
Going to win. If Hillary Clinton is the nominee, Trump is going to win. If Hillary Clinton is the nominee, Trump is going to win. If Hillary Clinton is the nominee, Trump is going to win.
So, like I warned everyone, hello everybody, hello Omar, I warned everyone, they didn't care. Here's the actual segment from YouTube. Tino Bobina, I watched today, aghast. Tino Bobina, I know. Wayne Lockwood. Report for the president goes live Friday. Check in. Vandersteel video. Intel whistleblowers contributing. Maybe we've just seen Q. Thank you. Thank you, Wayne Lockwood. Thank you, Wayne Lockwood. So, greatly appreciated. To my super chat, you give me every incentive to rock these live streams. So, let's just go ahead and really quickly, let's just take a trip down memory lane. Democrats, in addition to cheating Bernie Sanders and really, destroying the actual any possibility of defeating Trump, Democrats were outraged, of course, but short of tools with which to respond. As the minority party following a disastrous midterm in 2014, they could not force a committee or a floor vote. So this is NPR, What Happened with Merrick Garland. So it's very different when people are like, well, they're just doing what you did with Merrick Garland. No, they're not. Democrats were outraged, of course. So the Republicans obstructed, and they took a gamble, which worked out because they're like, look, we might be able to win with Trump. Even though probably most Republicans were like, what? He won? Oh my God. Brandon Wolf, today was a full-out disgrace. The Democrats and the antics they did was beyond comprehension. They have to lose in November, overwhelm the vote. Exactly. Well, I mean, we saw today what Brandon Wolf, you said it better than I could. We saw today what a Democratic Congress would hold. It ain't pretty. It would be nonstop trying to impeach, nonstop impeachment clause. Oh, okay, impeach. Because if they had the majority in the House, that's all they would do is try to impeach. That's all they would do. You said it better than I could, Brandon Wolf. Lawrence F. Hello, everyone. Just finished listening to Lindsey G at Kavanaugh Senate hearing, Lindsey Graham, and he knocked it out of the park. Let's go ahead and find that. Lawrence F., thank you so very much for your support. As always, we're going to find that, Lindsey Graham. Calamity 450, Zena Bash, hand signal conspiracy theory. Zena Bash is beautiful, I got to say. I'm always I guess, saying other people's wives are beautiful, but they're, I have a beautiful wife myself, but I got to give credit where credit's due, and she's really beautiful. But that wasn't like, I always thought that was like when you saw that, you in high school, you're like, oh, I'm going to punch you now. I don't know if that was just a 90s thing or something weird that my high school did, but Calamity 450, Xena Bash hand signal conspiracy theory at Kavanaugh hearing, now on Twitter, insanity of highest levels. Oh, they don't know what to do. They don't know what to do. They have no idea what to do. They have no idea what to do with themselves. So Brandon Wolf, thank you. Lawrence F, thank you. Calamity 450, thank you. Yeah. They have no idea what to do with themselves. So we'll start off with a trip down memory lane. And with Merrick Garland, they lost the Senate. They couldn't force a committee or floor vote. They gave speeches and they urged voters to turn out in protest in November elections. It didn't work. And you have to have the confirmation in the Senate. And with Merrick Garland, they did not control the Senate. Therefore, they could not force a vote. That's what took place. So it's important to understand it's not just that Republicans obstructed. Sure, they did. The bot 2007, Senior Sass crushed it in his Senator Sass crushed it in his opening statement. I saw we talked about a little bit of that. The bot 2007, thank you. It was pretty easy for any Republican to just do extremely well. I mean, the Democrats don't get, like, they don't understand that, like, people don't gravitate towards complaining and crying and meltdowns. They don't gravitate towards that. They don't gravitate towards that. That is not a good look. And I'm on RT, and I'm on RT saying they're not going to win the House. I don't care what the polls are. Let's go check the polls right now. I don't care what the polls are. So the bot 2007, thank you. Lawrence F, thank you. Shauna, I'm going to do Chuck Grassley in a second. Chuck Grassley, look, I've been very nice to you all. And this is how you treat me. I feel like Julius Caesar. Why don't you take a knife out of my back? This is ridiculous. You got the trained seals and the peanut gallery. How did they pack these people in here? I mean, is there any security? What's going on here? Well, it's a great day for everyone. It's a joyous occasion. Oh no. You don't even have the votes. You'll do nothing. Like Conor McGregor says, you will do nothing. Tooth decay is more fun than this. When I got my teeth pulled, oh yeah, sorry. Oh, Democrats up 9.5. Oh, I love this so much. These polls are so utterly ridiculous. Quote of the year: in order to pick a Supreme Court judge, you have to win an election, not lose one. Yeah, Lindsey Graham, exactly. Lawrence F, we're gonna look at Lindsey Graham right now. Yes, Lawrence F, thank you so very much. We're gonna do that right now. We just gotta. Oh look, Emerson College ABC poll has Democrats up 14. The RCP average is 9.5. Based on what? Based on the fact that Trump is actually getting his second Supreme Court nominee. He got his tax cuts, which is what Republicans want. Foreign policy, he was able to achieve a breakthrough meeting with Kim Jong-un. It's not perfect, but you know what? It's better than Obama ever did. That's a better achievement than 8 years of Obama. Obama did not get close to that achievement. Bush didn't get close to that achievement. Clinton didn't get close to that achievement. You had what? A total of what? 24 years of politics with Bush, with Clinton, Bush, and Obama. And you know, it's like 8 years of Clinton, 8 years of Bush. You didn't get, so you have that in terms of foreign policy. You have an amazing economy at 4.2% growth. It could hit 5% growth. Like I said, you're going to have Brett Kavanaugh, the second Supreme Court pick. So, like, tell me again. So, and then these polls are like, you know, Democrats up 14, Democrats up 13. No, this is the same. These polls are actually worse than the Clinton polls, or just as bad. I am going on record as they're not going to win the House. Based on what? Based on what? You have extreme hate for Trump. Fine, there's not enough people to turn out. Sorry. There's not enough people in Republican-held districts that hate Trump enough to flip the districts. It's not rocket science. It's not rocket science. There's not enough people who hate Trump in Republican. So Democrats have to flip 23 seats. Not going to do it. There aren't 23 Republican-held seats. And the only reason Connor Lamb, the only reason Doug Jones were successful is because of very bizarre, really bizarre scandals. And even then, they barely won. But let's go ahead. Lindsey Graham. Lindsey Graham. Let's see if I can go ahead and, okay, so let's get
but don't forget, we're going to hear from the nominee and his introducers before you can go home and go to bed.
Okay, thank you. I was going to ask you to take me to dinner, but that's not going to happen.
You know the answer to
You
that.
know that, that's right. So,
yeah, I like that. Some fun and games going on. I was going to ask you to come over and rub my feet. Well, you know the answer to that. That's anytime you want.
to my colleagues on the other side, I look forward to working with you, but we have a different view here. I think you got to be blind as to
The Bot 2007. If you thought hecklers were loudly shrieking with Kavanaugh, just wait until Trump replaces Ginsburg with Amy Barrett. That will be the best political theater, because Democrats, their heads will just... You will hear shrieking, because you'll go from polar opposite, like Amy Barrett. He should just do that just so women could go ahead and just see like the contempt that Democrats have for women who don't fall in line. And then they'll run on women, and then it'll be like, oh, but you just tried to destroy Amy Barrett. It'll be great. The Bot 2007, thank you. Brandon Wolf, liars and the lies they tell overwhelm the vote. Send the losers back to their mommies in basement. Brandon Wolf, I agree with you. I agree with you. Absolutely. I do agree with you, Brandon Wolf. Thank you. So this is
what's going on here. Have you heard of Justice Breyer? Do you know him? You can't say anything, I guess. Where did he come from? He was Ted Kennedy's Senate Judiciary person. Where do you think Republicans are going to go find the judge? The whole argument is you can be a conservative Republican president, but you got to nominate a liberal to be fair to the country. That's absurd. Where do you think Ruth Bader Ginsburg came from? She's a general counsel with the ACLU. Wonderful person. What groups do y'all use to pick from? This is.
Oh my God. He is taking them to 10. Alexander M. Gonzalez. Gillum explained Medicare for All beautifully on CNN. Okay. Thank you, Alexander M. Gonzalez. Thank you. Did he bring the cost? Because I don't think he's going to. I don't know if he mentioned the doubling of taxes with the Mercatus study, then. But Alexander M. Gonzalez, thank you. I love you, and I appreciate you watching. Thank you. You are one of my Bernie supporters who still watch me. Thank you.
Is shaping up to be the hypocrisy hearing. And that's hard to do in the Senate. In today's time, to be hypocritical. But let me just point to a few of these things. Clinton. It didn't bother anybody for Clinton to nominate Breyer while he was under investigation. We actually did it.
Yeah, but Clinton was actually under investigation for something he did. He's actually under investigation for something he did. He did get the you-know-what. Trump didn't do anything. They don't even know what he did. You can't obstruct justice if you have the right to fire anyone in the executive branch. You can't obstruct justice also if even the Inspector General report said Comey should have been fired. There's no obstruction of justice because there's no crime. There's no predicate crime. They've completely fabricated everything, and there are not enough haters for Democrats to win back Congress. The only thing they're running on is hate. They are simply running on hate. That's all they're running on, and it's not enough to win Congress. No, he will be sworn in. These are the confirmation hearings. You asked for an explanation, but no. I have to go to the Lindsey Graham thing. I guess I'm gonna later on. I'll go and look at it. I'll look at Gillum's later this evening. I'll look at Gillum's explanation on CNN. So I'll definitely look at it later. But anyway, so
it didn't bother any of y'all that Ted Kennedy staff person was his pick. It didn't bother me either because that's who I expect you to pick. This is ridiculous. You're one of the best choices any Republican could make. As I said with Justice Gorsuch, I am glad you're here because there were days I'm wondering who he would have picked. And this is a home run from my point of view. Let's talk about Roe v. Wade. Who would ever play politics on the campaign trail with Roe v. Wade? What a bastard Donald Trump is. Until you hear about Hillary Clinton. February the 3rd, 2016.
Wow, that's pretty, strong talk, even if he's, The second that Trump drops the hammer on them all indicts Clinton, my offer of 100 to the super chat still stands. So God bless you, Brandon. Thank you so very much. It'll happen. It'll happen. She'll get indicted. She'll get charged. And I just want you to be here with us all. You don't have to do that, but that's very kind of you. You can't run on hate. They hate. Their fuel is hate and corruption and lying and criminal behavior. You can't do that if Comey and Strzok and McCabe and all of them are fired. You need an apparatus for the hate to keep going. They don't have that apparatus anymore. But thank you so much, Brandon. It's very kind of you. Thank you. Calamity 450. Thank you. Calamity 450. Thank you. Thank you so much. Beef Supreme, I don't know. I don't know if he was. I have no idea of knowing that. Beef Supreme, one of the great names, including O.J. Clinton. Thank you, Beef Supreme, for always watching, by the way. Calamity 450. Thank you. Brandon Wolf, thank you. Wow, Lindsey Graham. He's been taking the super male vitality.
Here's what Hillary Clinton said. When asked, does she have a litmus test for SCOTUS nominations, Supreme Court nominees? I do have a litmus test. I have a bunch of litmus tests because the next president could get as many as 3 appointments, and I hope she's right. We've got...
Oh, he's like spiking the ball in the end zone. Graham's like, spike.
To make sure to preserve Roe v. Wade, not let it be nibbled away or repealed. She sounds very open-minded. October 2016. We need a Supreme Court that will stand up on behalf of women's rights. It is important that we not reverse Roe v. Wade. I want a Supreme Court that will stick with Roe v. Wade and a woman's right to choose. I understand where she's coming from.
Oh, Lord. All right, hold on one second. So he's basically saying, you guys, like, the Democrats are all hypocrites. Because with Democrats, it's like, oh, well, you better be open-minded to our value system. You cannot, well, what do you expect? You think Ruth Bader Ginsburg or Sotomayor or Breyer are going to be, pro-gun? Pro-Second Amendment? No. No, that's the thing. That's the thing. They just want they have the media. They still lose. They cheat Bernie Sanders. I bring this up not because I've left Bernie. I've broken up with him, which is probably good for everyone. But they don't they don't get it. They cheat, they lose, they elevate Trump. We know that from the WikiLeaks Podesta and DNC emails to the 500 people here. Thank you so very much. Quick question. Did you get a notification? I was just wondering. Let me know if you got notifications. If not, if you could share this on Facebook and Twitter. But they don't get it. They lost. Thank you, Mark. Thank you, Janice. Oh, you did? Okay. No. Got one. Okay. So most people didn't. Okay. So thank you, everyone. Thank you. This is actually fun because then I can it's like a reminder that I am live because, and this, oh, you got a notification. Okay. So, it's like, they don't know, they don't understand what losing is. When you lose in life, it's actually an opportunity to win in the future. I'm going to teach my children that when you lose in whatever, a football game or a softball game or in life, you get back up and you find out why you lost. And you then do what it takes to win, or do what it takes to rectify any problems, or to make your life better. Why is it that this negative situation occurred? Well, let's fix that and make sure that there's no more negative situation. Let's go ahead and get better. Let's do what it takes to win in life, to get better, to do whatever, be more positive. What steps can we take to do that? With Democrats, it's the opposite. Democrats, Julian Assange gave them all the steps. Here, this is what you're doing. He published the WikiLeaks Podesta and DNC emails. He's like, look, this is what you were doing. You elevated Trump. You cheated Bernie Sanders. You were completely corrupt. You know. Thank you, Susan. You were completely corrupt. Maybe you should stop doing that. Stop being as corrupt as you were. No. Democrats don't do that. Democrats say, well, you informed us we were corrupt. That has to be because the Russians wanted everyone to know how corrupt we were. And that because, well, you see, and even actually breaking down the propaganda is absolutely insane. Breaking down the propaganda is absolutely insane. Well, the Russians wanted to go ahead and hack the Democratic National Committee to inform swing state voters that Bernie Sanders was cheated, thus flipping swing states but giving Clinton the popular vote. What? How does that even work? But let's continue. And then you have Bob Woodward, who, like, these hilarious quotes from Bob Woodward's book. So ridiculous. So absolutely ridiculous.
Anybody running for president over there, I dare you to disagree with her. You will wind up like I did, getting 1%. If you even suggest that you will pick a nominee that's not going to uphold Roe v. Wade, that's the end of you. But you figured that out. You don't need me to tell you. So this is the way we do politics. This is a big decision called Roe v. Wade. There are two sides and a bunch of nuances. Here's what I know about you. You're going to take it as precedent. You wrote a big book, which I will never read. And you're going to tell us what it takes to overturn longstanding precedent. Nobody on this side will care if you overturn Citizens United. Matter of fact, they will cheer you on. Somebody will challenge Citizens United, and you'll probably say, let me hear both sides of the story, then I'll tell you whether or not I should uphold it. Hillary Clinton, we know where she's at on Roe v. Wade, and that's just the way it is.
So this is actually Lindsey Graham at his best. He's actually he's doing well. This is Lindsey Graham at his best. I mean, he is actually doing a good job with calling them out on, their hypocrisy. They're extremely hypocritical. And everything has to be, like, they have to have the advantage in every single possible way. But they still lose. Then you get the rebuttal, well, there's gerrymandering. Gerrymandering also helps Democrats. But even if they say, well, not as much as Republicans. Yeah, okay, but you still have the Washington Post, the New York Times, MSNBC, CNN. But you have Fox. Yeah, that's one network. You have all of Hollywood. You have all of late night talk shows. You have everyone on Twitter, like, attacking people for being Stalin and whatever, or, Genghis Khan or everything, any extremist, supremacist, enabler, sympathizer. You have people who can't even wear a MAGA hat. You can't even put a MAGA sign on your car. You'll get keyed. Thank you, Tyler. And they still lose. So it's like, what more do they want? Then you have an issue of them obstructing. Like, this is a bad look. This is a horrible look. And it's only going to galvanize Republicans, not Democrats. Whining and complaining and crying doesn't galvanize anyone.
Now, what other things? Executive power. This idea that Trump picked you to save him. Amazing concept.
Oh, then it's like, Then, because they're so convinced, and they've already gaslit themselves and gaslighted themselves or whatever. They believe that Trump is guilty of something. They don't even know what. Like Hillary Clinton actually transferred top secret intelligence from Cybernet, JWICs, and SCIFs. She did have a pay-to-play scheme with the Clinton Foundation. She did have her decisions affected by money into the Clinton Foundation. That was obvious. 85 donors gave $156 million, just miraculously met with her. Dana Stein. Thank you, Dana. Thank you so much, Dana Stein. Thank you. Thank you. And so you had actual, forget about this. So the email is like subpoenaed email, 30,000 then all destroyed. She also destroyed classified records because we had thousands of classified emails and top secret special access program intelligence. Within the email she gave, there were classified and top secret emails in the emails that there were at least classified emails in the emails that she deleted. And we know that there were classified emails on the hundreds of thousands that were stored on Anthony Weiner's computers. So these are all crimes. And Sessions refuses to do his job. So it's like, and they're not going to win the House. The fumes of hate from CNN and MSNBC are just not going to be enough because it works both ways. Republicans are more entrenched than ever. Republicans have an 88 to 90% approval rating of Trump. They're going to turn out. They don't want the president impeached. The second they get, and you can tell everyone and the 500 plus people, 600 people, almost 600 people watching, the second they get a majority in the House, which isn't going to happen, but let's say it does, they're going to try to impeach, and they're going to try again. And it's always going to be the same thing. They're going to vote on impeachment because they'll have, oh my God, new articles of impeachment. It'll be like every Monday. Every Monday, and then the Senate will just, block it and shoot it down. So
since you said what you said back in 1998 and 2008, the bottom line is when Clinton was being impeached, my good friend, and this is true, he is my good friend, on February 12, 1999, introduced into the record during the deliberations of the Clinton impeachment trial an article by Brett Kavanaugh suggesting that you should wait if there is an indictment until after the president is out of office. The same concept we're talking about here today, when the shoe was on the other foot. Here's what Joe said about your thinking. The president is not simply another individual. He is unique. He is the embodiment of the federal government and the head of a political party. If he is removed, the entire government likely would suffer, and the military or economic consequences to the nation could be severe. These repercussions, if they are to occur, should not result from the judgment of a single prosecutor, whether it be the attorney general or special counsel, and a single jury. Prosecution or non-prosecution of president is, in short, unavoidably a political act.
So Democrats used Kavanaugh's opinion. Democrats used Kavanaugh's opinion, protecting Bill Clinton, and the hypocrisy is like they don't even, they're completely hypocritical. Unbelievable.
Thus, as the Constitution suggests, the decision about the president while he's in office should be made where all great national political judgments in our country should be made in the Congress of the United States, according to Joe Biden. the gift that keeps on giving for us. I think that's pretty hypocritical. During the Clinton days, you were right, but all of a sudden you're a danger to the republic. Let's talk about, there's so many. How many minutes?
So during the Clinton days, they were right? That's the whole thing. During the Clinton days, it's all good. But now it's, oh my God, how dare you? You're going to hurt everyone. Trump is guilty of what? They just double down. When they're exposed as having nothing, no evidence, no nothing, every single attempt. Because with Clinton, like, you do have massive transfers of money. At the very least, there should be a serious investigation, not one conducted by Strzok. I mean, if you go with it, Andrew Napolitano, Judge Napolitano, great man, has said this: if you go where the money, go where the evidence takes you, you'll get to indictments with Clinton. Go where the evidence takes you. Wingless angel, Hillary, any not accepting election results is a threat to our democracy. I was supposed to win. It's my turn. Russia. Exactly. Wingless angel. Anyone not accepting election results are a threat to our democracy. I was supposed to win. And we see it. It's my turn. Russia. We see it. I do appreciate you if you've watched for a long time, and I thank you. And the only thing I can say is, how did I get to this point? Just look at the Democratic Party. And also, look, I really enjoy firearms now. That's something, it's like a beautiful experience. Second Amendment is a liberating thing. Very liberating. But how did I get to this point? I mean, today is an example. Okay, hold on one second. Here's Lindsey Graham.
Don't exceed what White House.
I will not. That'd be impossible. Guns. Somehow you're going to make sure that Congress, the bottom line on guns, Dianne Feinstein's a wonderful lady and has passion on this issue about assault weapons. She was able to succeed politically. After 10 years, the gun assault weapons ban expired, and it's been hard to get it reestablished. She introduced legislation in 2013 that got 60 no votes, 16 Democrats.
Huh?
So I don't believe they see you.
16 Democrats.
As a threat to the nation, if you come out on the idea.
Oh, and by the way, 3 Democrats voted for Kavanaugh. For Gorsuch. So don't believe the hype.
That the Second Amendment has some meaning. In other words, the political process when it comes to guns is a work in progress, and I'd rather us decide that than you. When it comes to the pillar of virtue, Comey.
The pillar of virtue. The pillar of virtue.
Harry Reid. That he's been a supporter of Comey and led the fight to get him confirmed, as he believed Comey was a principled public servant. With the deepest regret, I now see that I was wrong. Mr. Nadler from New York. The president can fire him for cause and ought to.
Oh my gosh, Jerry Nadler. Point of order. And then Jerry Nadler goes and defends Strzok. And then he was like, yeah, you should fire Comey, but oh my God, let's defend Strzok.
He violated all the guidelines and put his thumb on the scale of an election. Mr. Cohen from Tennessee, a Democrat, called on Comey to resign his position.
Oh, this is the guy who wants to give a Purple Heart. This is the idiot who wants to give a Purple Heart to to more on Strzok.
Effective immediately. I'm sure upon reflection of this action, he will submit his letter of resignation for the nation's good. To my Democratic friends, you are all for getting rid of this guy. Now all of a sudden the country's turning upside down because...
Wow, this is unbelievable. This is really, really great. Like, this is really great. Sessions has a little, he's been taking super male vitality, I think. I don't know, totally joking, but it's funny.
There's a process to find out what happened in the 2016 election. It's called Mr. Mueller. And I will do everything I can to make sure he finishes his job without political interference.
Well, it's a bit difficult. He's still around, and it's the midterms.
And I'm here to tell anybody in the country who listens that this is so hypocritical of my friends on the other side. When it was their president, Kavanaugh was right. When you're talking about Roe v. Wade, it's okay to promise the nation it will never be overturned. It's okay to pick a Democratic staff member of this committee, but it's not okay to pick somebody who's been a lifelong Republican. People see through this. You had a chance and you lost. If you want to pick judges from your way of thinking, then you better win an election.
Oh!
I voted for two of your choices, Sotomayor and Kagan. Got a lot of crap. I would suggest you that. At this point,
Oh! That was one of the best. I mean, it's almost up there with the Gomer and the Denard. It's really good. Really, really good.
Hard if you got a political ambition of voting for this guy, because it will not play well on your side. And why did I do it? I thought they were qualified by any reasonable measure given the history of the Senate. But we have turned the history of the Senate upside down. I found that they were different than I would have picked Sotomayor and Kagan, but by any reasonable measure, they're qualified. You've been on the court for 12 years. You've had 307 decisions. You've been approved before. So I hope people in the country understand this game.
That's phenomenal. He's doing a really, really wonderful job.
It's a game that I am sad to be part of. It's gotten really bad. The antidote to our problems in this country when it comes to judges and politics is not to deny you a place on the Supreme Court. This is exactly where you need to be. This is exactly the time you need to be there. And I am telling President Trump, you do some things that drive me crazy. You do some great things. You have never done anything better, in my view, than to pick Gorsuch and Kavanaugh, because you had an opportunity to put well-qualified conservatives on the court, men steeped in the rule of law, who will apply analysis, not politics, to their decision-making, and you knocked it out of the park. And to my friends on the other side, you can't lose the election and pick judges.
Oh!
If you want to pick judges, you better win.
Oh!
Let me
Wow. Wow.
steeped in the rule of law, who will apply analysis, not politics, to their decision-making, and you knocked it out of the park. And to my friends on the other side, you can't lose the election and pick judges. If you want to pick judges, you better win.
Wow. Hello. Hello. So that's what's going on. That's what's going on, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, elections, people, surveys and polls are meaningless. Calamity 450, thank you so much. Oh no, you'll have to revise your imitable sessions. Grab the super mail by super Calamity 450. Thank you so very, very much. Thank you so very much, Calamity 450. Thank you so very, very much. Thank you so much. Thank you, Calamity 450. Yeah, I mean, you know, What Democrats did is absolutely vile. They're not going to get the 23 seats they need. They're not going to get the 23 seats they need. They're not going to go ahead and take back the House because they don't have any momentum and they are only fueled by hate. So Calamity 450, thank you. Frank, for someone in the news daily, I dare anyone, if they can find info about Bruce Orr's, I don't know. Generally though, Frank, I don't know if, I don't know who, Clinton's parents are. I mean, I guess you could look it up, but Frank, thank you. Oh, I don't know if I could do that one. Frank, thank you. Democrats, what took place with Democrats is that they not only they're going to cheat Bernie twice. They cheated Bernie Sanders in 2016. They're going to cheat his voters again in 2018. I don't see Democrats winning the House. I don't see how they can, based on what? They've lost 8 out of 11 special elections. 8 out of 11. Trump is going to get 2 confirmations. Tony Mathis. SCOTUS picks are the participation trophy for today's entitlement generation left. Tony Mathis. Yeah, I mean, there was one guy who was like a Harvard lecturer. He was like, let's alter the Constitution to pack the court with liberals. It's like, this guy's serious? He was on Tucker Carlson. Based on, like, because you just want to, based on what's the reasoning? And then he just, started to, well, this, it's like, oh my God, like, these people like have no shame. They like zero shame. Tony Mathis, thank you. Like, Democrats, they feel they're entitled to just winning without winning. They feel that if they lose, it's okay. They don't have to, it's really losing to them is just like almost winning. It's not losing. Like, no, you actually lost. It's the opposite. It's the exact opposite of winning. You take winning, the absolute opposite of that is losing. Well, no, you know what? It wasn't fair. They cheat and then they say it wasn't fair. That's what I find very ridiculous about, just absurd about Democrats. Like, I find that very evil. I find it evil. You don't go ahead and blame and try to thrust the country into a new Cold War. They think losing is almost winning. They don't even, like, like some cultures don't have like words for certain things. Like, they don't have a word for like war or whatever. Their losing is defined as almost winning. And their winning is, they don't even really have. I mean, President Obama, you're not going to find another President Obama because Obama was an extremely good campaigner. He was excellent at campaigning. Excellent. He was charismatic. He came in a moment of time where we needed somebody to save us from Bush. Turns out that they're like best friends forever now. And Democrats and, all these Democratic strategists, they're like, oh, well, look at the demographic shifts. Well, actually, the shift is there are more Black conservatives, Asian conservatives, Jewish conservatives, Latino conservatives. This generation is moving away from liberal politics. Away. I go to the range, and it's like I haven't gone on the range in a while, but I see young people there. Oh, yeah. I mean, I am pro-choice. But, you know, I definitely see the conservative argument, but I am pro-choice. But, I mean, I don't think that Roe v. Wade will ever be overturned. I think that's more of a political, you know, I think that the assault is more on the Second Amendment. Definitely the assault right now is on freedom of speech. What the left wants to do, this is the thing. There is no, I say this with all due respect to my progressives who still watch me, and I love you. I say this with all due respect because I come from that mentality. There is no progressive movement anymore. What there is, there are a lot of great people, good people, who are very passionate about noble causes, but there is no movement. I mean, I don't know if what it is always siphoned into the Democratic Party by a whole bunch of usual suspects. Janice, thank you. You'll never find anyone on the left saying, bring American soldiers home from war. Have them, you know, make sure they're with their families for Christmas. They won't even say Christmas. Everything is politicized on the left, and it's like everything's morally relative. It's like the whole like, you know what? It's like Reddit controls the Democratic Party now. Reddit. You know, like everything's snarky on Reddit. Everything's like they're like, oh well, you know, everything's like morally relative, is snarky, and the reason I say that when Democrats lose the House, and they will, they're going to attack Bernie supporters. Like they're going to bully and embarrass and shame them. You did this to us. You said that Republicans wanted a single payer. Frank, and they called Trump a world embarrassment. Yeah, he's not. Exactly. Dem's entire platform is a press victim. And then why doesn't Nancy Pelosi take a knee? Why doesn't she put on some Nikes and take a knee? Why doesn't Schumer and Pelosi and everyone else take a knee? Why aren't these top Democrats taking a knee during the national anthem? That's what I want to know. Maybe because they just want to use it for their own purposes. And, you know, I'm cool. Like I wrote an article defending Colin Kaepernick because it was one person and but now, okay, you sign a contract with Nike. That's cool. But I mean, did you wait before there were some laws passed to maybe, because the whole thing with the protests is brutality and where are the laws Democrats are pushing to help the value system that Kaepernick is protesting for? I don't see Democrats doing that, but whatever. That's just me. Lawrence F., thank you. Mike Sherman, just got home from work. Got to make money to donate to the HA the man. Mike Sherman, thank you so very much. Mike Sherman, thank you. Mike Sherman, thank you so very much. No, Joseph, you know, the thing is, like, it's not something I would do. I always stand the national anthem, but I'm saying when Kaepernick did it, it wasn't, you know, just people were just doing it. It was Kaepernick. Okay, he did it himself. Fine. Okay. Now, but the whole point is he's protesting. He wants laws enacted to protect people who've been brutalized, all of these things, you know, bringing home soldiers from war. He even talked about that. He doesn't like Clinton. He didn't even like Clinton. The Democrats took up that cause, and Kaepernick didn't even like the Democrats. But it's like people are protesting now, and even Jim Brown is against it. The great legendary Jim Brown, like activist Jim Brown, like possesses immense wisdom. Bruce Tamazuski finally listening live. How did the left become the kind of the kid in the classroom that would point out a small error the teacher was making writing on the chalkboard? Well, you know what? That's the thing. I mean, Bruce, the left is now all over the place. It's like, okay, this is the thing. If you're going to go ahead and kneel for the national anthem, then A, try to make sure that Democrats enact some laws to protect people from brutality and violence and law. You know, if you're protesting because you want to protect citizens, minorities from, you know, brutality, well, where are the laws that are protecting American citizens? Where are these laws? How is society changing from the protest? We get the, okay, fine, you want to protest, but how is society changing? So society doesn't change and you sign a deal with Nike? And so, like LeBron James and Steph Curry and all these people, like they hate Trump, but they love Obama. Why? Look what happened under Obama. Dylan Roof. You had Flint water crisis. You had Standing Rock. You had a whole lot of African Americans who were killed, who were unarmed under Obama. Didn't hear anything from LeBron or Steph Curry or anybody else. So, but Trump is bad because he says bad things on a tweet. So I don't get it. And the thing is, like, I mean, it's true. The NFL, they didn't sign Kaepernick because of that. But at the end of the day, Trump didn't destroy Libya. Obama destroyed Libya. Nobody cared about the destruction of an African nation. But Trump said things at Charlottesville, which actually he didn't say. He didn't say both sides were equal morally. Never said that. That was completely spliced, taken out of context completely. It was another gotcha moment from people on the left. He has pictures with Aretha Franklin. He has pictures. He's got won prizes, you know, civil rights awards, and, you know, the Clintons went to his wedding, and, you know. But suddenly, oh my God, he's this racist ogre. No, didn't happen. So it says here, no, Donald Trump did not win a medal from the NAACP. The real story is much weirder. A photograph of Donald Trump, Muhammad Ali, and Rosa Parks, that the founder of Trump's diversity hailed as evidence the Republican nominee won an NAACP medal for helping America's inner cities, was actually taken at an awards ceremony organized by business associates with an ethnic grievance. Okay. All right, this is the whole article here. But the point is, even if Floyd Mayweather Jr., they asked him, you think Trump is, I mean, it's like always like they go like certain shows, like, oh, he's racist, right? He's racist. It's like, no, you know, they asked Floyd Mayweather Jr., and Floyd Mayweather Jr., and I wrote my last Huffington Post article was that saying that Floyd Mayweather Jr. was the greatest, the most dominant boxer of all time. I'm talking about dominant. My favorite boxers are Ali and Frazier and Foreman, but I'm saying the most dominant. So they asked Floyd Mayweather Jr., and it was like, Big L, hello. And it was like, he said, well, you never heard that he was racist prior to him getting elected. Jim Brown is a supporter Tiger Woods is a supporter. Mike Tyson is a supporter. They're all supporters of Donald Trump. They asked Jim Brown, is Trump racist? And Jim Brown said no. The other day, this was the other day. Of course he's not a racist. If you say Trump is racist, but Hillary Clinton called black youth super predators, people have no problem. The same people on CNN pontificating. Don Lemon probably didn't have a problem with voting for Hillary Clinton, even though she actually called black youth super predators. Trump did not. I have no clue who Don Lemon voted for. I'm just assuming, since he seems to really hate Trump. But, I mean, there's no value system on the left. She actually used a racist 3 a.m. ad to gain votes. She used a racist ad in 08 because it was the Democratic it was the Texas primary. She needed Southern Democrat votes. So she used that 3 a.m. Do you want Obama answering the phone at 3 a.m.? Hint, hint, burglar. That was in the New York Times, written up as a racist ad. They don't care. So, it's so much hypocrisy. So much hypocrisy. Thank you, Zila K. Thank you. So much hypocrisy, and it's just unbelievable. It's absolutely unbelievable. Then you got Bob Woodward's. I mean, let's look at all the wonderful Bob Woodward quotes. The guy writes a book. The only reason we know who he is because he had a deep state source, Mark Felt. Fear inside the Trump White House. Fine. Okay, yeah. Good economy, better foreign policy than Obama or Bush. Bob Woodward's book, the most explosive quotes. Okay, so how does he get these quotes? Nobody knows. He's obviously not, taping these people. It's all, made up, because it is. I can't stop this. I'll just take the paper off his desk. Gary Cohn, oh my God, you saved the country from what? He removed documents from the president's desk to keep him from signing them. Oh my God, you're amazing. He was gonna remove, get us out of NAFTA. He would have signed it. Oh my God, he's just like this person that has no control of his emotions. Thank you. Don't testify. It's either that or an orange jumpsuit, John Dowd. Well, where do you get this? Did you actually ask John Dowd? According to Woodward, no, the president's personal attorney. And then, let's kill him. Let's go in. Donald Trump. It's like, no, he didn't want to go in and remove Assad. It's so lame. That's stupid. Then John Kelly, we're in crazy town. I don't even know why any of us are here. This is the worst job I've ever had. I mean, this is so stupid. This is so stupid. This was no longer a presidency. This is no longer a White House. This is a man being who he is, Rob Porter. It's like, what? These are all fabricated quotes by Democratic strategists. And Bob Woodward also called the Steele dossier a garbage document. And he also, by the way, stated that anyone who unmasked names, by the way,
anyone who unmasked names would be engaging in criminal behavior if it was for political purposes. Bruce Tamazuski, bring to heel incredibly racist, exactly. But they don't care. Democrats don't care. So, ladies and gentlemen, I will be back. Thank you so very, very much. God bless. It's been actually a really great, live stream. Close to 600 people. Thank you so much. And ladies and gentlemen, to my super chat, thank you so very much. I will be back in a little while. And thank you again for everything. Thank you.